start the conversation about what is wine. So wine is one of the oldest sources of nutrition of humanity. So and why did side by side wine and bread, so wine and cereals, is one of the few things you could crop and store. So wine, and so it's not just that it's fermented fruit juice. It's a fermented fruit juice that can preserve itself. So that's what makes wine unique. The sugar content of the grapes makes that there's enough alcohol to prevent from it spoiling. So it means you can crop your crop, store it for a more complicated time, or transport it, sell it, trade it. Same as cereals. I feel, with this trip of natural wines, this voyage of natural wines, I'm confused because first there's no definition for it. People say it's fermented grape juice. Well, that's wine in definition, and so it's made the original way. What's the original way? Every time I'm in every wine region, I ask, well, are you doing it the original way? And I'm saying, you're saying what, the Roman time, medieval years? So original way, where can you find that source of information? Well, you can find it either in written writings. So, for example, in the Roman era, we have Columella that writes in the year 4. Well, he was born in the year 4 after Christ, so he writes this maybe 30 years or 40 years, so 30 years after. So we're in the beginning of the new millennium. So we're in year 30 after Christ. He says that winemaking is first you grab the must with the liquid. You're going to add a concentrated must that you do beforehand. So you boil it so to get more sugar. So to make sure that your wine after has enough alcohol content to preserve itself. After, you're going to add some aromatic herbs to make sure that it gets more palate and protects the wine. You're going to add salt to preserve it, and you're going to add plaster. So plaster is a combination of calcium with SO4. Actually, it's adding sulfites to the wine and sulfuric acid to the wine, so increasing the acidity, making sure that it's preserving it. So when someone states that wine was just alive, I think the expression that the wine needs to be alive. No, the wine needs to be dead. That's what makes wine unique, is that the wine can preserve itself. Because if you do, what is alive? A fresh fermented juice from orange, but then it doesn't have enough alcohol to preserve itself. That's why it's not wine out of it. What's unique about grapes is you can get it to self-preserve. Of course, men throughout the time found ways to make it more lastly. So we have, so this reporting shows us this. But if we move a little bit and we go to the medieval years, how was wine made? So we're talking today about the old way of making wine is skin macerating. This is the old days. But if you look at medieval lagares in the middle of the mountains, you step on the fruit, juice comes out, and you just take the juice out.